Greetings, one and all, ladies and gentlemen. I am LaBelle24, and boy, do I have what I'm sure will shape up to be an amazing game here for you. But first, let me introduce these players. Spawning over here in the top right position of Shakura's Plateau, we have Complexity's Cruncher, the Orange Protoss, and over here, spawning in the top left position as the Blue Terran, it's Kaiser. But who's Kaiser, you ask? Never heard of him? Yeah, he's not really that well known. Well, actually, spoiler alert, it's Boxer. Who's Boxer, you ask? Well, then you must not follow StarCraft 2 or StarCraft Brood War that well, or just StarCraft in general. Boxer is a Korean player. He's the Emperor, as he's been known. He's the guy that pretty much put Brood War on the map. He was widely considered during his run to be the best player in Brood War. He had so super strong micro. He was the Emperor. He is widely considered to be probably the most famous esports persona out there. And his work with Brood War, he was a champion over in Korea during the good old days of Brood War. And in case you don't know, Brood War was the sequel or the expansion to StarCraft 1, which is where that game kind of got put on the map. This is again from the GSPA. It's a best of 5, which means we're gonna see more games, which is just always great. So let's talk about this game. We see pretty standard stuff going down, no crazy shenanigans. Barracks going down for Boxer. Whoa, mouse is going crazy. But the barracks is going down. That's not that crazy. And Boxer loves his Marines. Back in Brood War, he used to micro Marines like a total champ. Micro against lurkers, micro against everything. Because, Brood War was pretty sweet. Boxer in StarCraft 2 hasn't been doing super hot. I mean, he hasn't been as dominant as he was back in Brood War days, but he's still a very, very, very strong player. Not to say he's like, this is Bronze League guy, just kind of makes Marines and hopes to win. No, he's a very awesome player from Korea, but he's not, in Brood War fashion. Probably because, it's a totally different game. Totally different way of life, but this is the Emperor. Anyway, let's talk about Cruncher a little bit. Cruncher's making stuff. Warp Gate's on the way. Sentry come down. Looks like he's going to probably do some form of 3-gate fast expand. You get those sentries. You can use force fields, especially on a map like Shakura's. When you have this ramp, just some force fields. Make sure nothing gets on here. This is the MLG or some form variant with the neutral supply depots, so you can't bunker wall in. And any of those shenanigans, because, those used to be really popular before people were like, maybe we shouldn't put those there. And then they made it so you couldn't, double pylon block and double bunker block. Stuff like that. Thanks, Blizz. We appreciate it. Right now we see 3 racks going down, but there's already an expansion for good old Boxer. No expansion yet for Cruncher. Looks like he may want to grab it soon. He's pulling pretty high minerals. Robotics facility going down, I guess, for immortal observers, for scouting, or is he going to go for some crazy, one base Colossus play? I hope not, because that's pretty risky, especially if he's adding on 3 extra gateways for 4 gates in a robo. You cannot support that on one base for a Protoss. That's a pro tip for any of you who are like, oh, I'm going to go to 4-gate robos. Ooh. I don't think so. This SCV doesn't get into the main. Good denial scouting. Marauders coming out. Marauders are pretty good units in general, especially when these sentries are just moving out. I don't agree with this at all because sentries are so weak. Proxy pylon going out. So it's some kind of 4-gate warp prism timing push. Okay. It's a little weird. You can't bypass all these bunkers though and just hop right up into the main. Do some damage. Look at this Marine just patrolling right here, make sure there's no drops. And what does Boxer know? Absolutely nothing. He does know his opponent didn't spawn there. and can't spawn there. So, by process of elimination, he knows it's there because his opponent can't spawn here because of the MLG variant, where you cannot spawn in those positions. Although I don't know if you could ever do that. Okay. Anyway, we got stalkers running around. Looks like they're going to try and distract the front. We have a sentry drop. That's not something we see any day. It's going to get... Okay. Looks like that warp prism will escape out of there with 56 life. Warp prisms, not actually bad, but not that great either. Definitely, it's not a medevac. Let's be honest. Looks like Crunch is going to knock down these rocks so he can, I guess, try and put some stuff in here. If we were on the old Shikuras, well, he couldn't go here because these wouldn't exist, but he would just break down these rocks, come over here, break down his opponent's rocks, and it'd be really cool. He'd be like, yeah, Cruncher, backdooring for the win. What is he playing, League of Legends? Oh, snap. Maybe I'll cast some League of Legends sometime. I love that game, by the way. But this is StarCraft, so let's talk about StarCraft. Stalker drop coming in here in the main. Just kidding. You're going to leave one Stalker here. Save me, please. Nope. I can't jump. He's scared. He doesn't want to jump all that way down, so he just go for the scouting. Bit of an expensive scout. Terra can just, scan or sweep. And it's kind of OP, maybe. I don't know. And Kaiser, or Boxer, is way ahead in the food count already. +1 weapons coming out. Stim packs on the way. We've got Starfords, which looks like he's going to get medevacs here to make his army even stronger. I'm going to swap that out with a factory. Might even go for some siege tanks on those factories. eBay working overtime. Armory going down. Another eBay. Looks like he's going to go for mass upgrades real quick here. Just got SCV sitting around. But back in Brood War, he was never known so much for his macro as he was his phenomenal micro. And I think that's what set him apart from most players. He was just interesting to watch because of the way he microed. Looks like we got Robo facility on the way. We're going to see some Colossus. But look at the food differential already. 13? That may not sound like much, but I don't know. Boxer has had that expansion up for longer. We look at the income tab. Bam! Oh man, our Terran player is way ahead at this point. And it may not seem like much, 6 workers, but they can make all the difference. Warp Prism might be up to some shenanigans later when Boxer's not paying attention. This SCV is just begging that no one's going to attack him. Here it comes. It's a Zealot Sentry drop. There's another Sentry. I don't know what's going on with these Sentry drops. Force Field. He's going to get 1 kill. 2. No, just 1. And this Warp Prism can hang out here as long as it wants with those Sentries on board until a Viking comes out and shoots it down and we'll all be sad. We see just a ton of barracks, upgrades, +2 on the way for weapons, +1 armor, combat shield coming out, thermal lance, +1 weapons for the Protoss. It's going to be way behind. This factory is going to come in for the scout. We have a drop coming on here into the main of Cruncher. He's totally out of position to deal with this right now. He hasn't spotted it yet, and this drop could do some massive damage. Cruncher supply block. He just got on supply block. Here comes this drop, and he's going to kill a ton of workers. Not really, so looks like we're down to 37 to 49, and Cruncher is falling way behind in the harvester count. He could get this pylon. It'll unpower all this stuff, but he's just going to escape out of there. A couple Marines will be sacrificed, but that drop was definitely worth it. He did a ton of damage. Forced mining to stop there. He got a good scout in. He now knows everything is going on. Now he can just come back home. It really didn't cost him that much. He knows Colossus will be on the way. Actually, he knows they're already here. He knows Thermal Lance is on the way still. But it is just done. He's done some decent worker damage. And now I think Boxer's in a really good spot where he can dictate the pace of this game. He's even getting some Vikings to stop for any Warp Prism shenanigans. There's that Warp Prism with 200 gas worth of sentries. He probably should try and unload that. Make sure they don't get picked off. Mobius reactor going down for the Ghost. Looks like we're going to see some Ghost play. There is the Academy right there. There are so many SCV. Well, I guess there's just one now. There were a ton of SCVs before. Now there's only one just chilling out. And he's just going to make supply depots. Very nice. Boxer is so far ahead in the food count right now. If he pushes, which it looks like he might, he just unloaded his bunkers, it could be deadly. He's probably waiting for +2 weapons. He's going to make it a timing push. The Vikings are going to come out, take down those Colossus real easily, and then the Terran army can just steamroll the Protoss. we take a look at Cruncher's army. He has to put these stalkers back here to stop any drops, but look at how small this army is. He's got little ground support, plus 2 weapons is just on the way. Ghosts are coming out. Templar Archives might be going for Storm, might be going for Archons. Archons really good against Bio. We see plus 2 weapons just coming down, not even chrono boosting that, which you probably should be. Boxer's going to take a third, and I think he might want to attack here when these ghosts are done. Psystorm is on the way. Psystorm can be real effective against his army if he gets clumped up, which it will on this ramp. He's got to be careful with this army. Boxer does have to be. That's not even close to how you're supposed to say that. But look at the supply differential. It's just, this push is super deadly right now, and I don't know if Cruncher can hold on. You know, it's looking bad for him. And this push could be, whoa, gonna stim to take out that pylon. Whoa, take it easy, boss. That pylon's not going anywhere. It's a building. It's not a Terran building. It can't move. It stays put. It's comfortable there. At any rate, we see the Vikings flying in. We've got ghosts in there for EMPs. Probably gonna EMP, not EMT, any High Templar, which we have 2 coming in. These sentries could get EMP'd because force fields could be really useful. It looks like Boxer's going to just kind of dance around in the middle, jump around that hide grass, which can be super effective. We see, I wonder whatever happened to that warp prism. We got pylons here, that's cool. Probably took it out with the Viking. What a shame. I'm JC Denton now. Here we go. Good spread by our Protoss player. But look at how quick EMPs on this entire army. Couple force fields. Not even going to be that bad. It looks like Cruncher's not going to hold. The Colossus are going down. And here come the Marines, the Marauders, and the men. There's a GG from Cruncher. And what a good game. We saw that Cruncher just did not have enough units. He didn't have the economy. We look at the income at the end of the game. He was still behind. He was behind on upgrades. So, all in all, Cruncher just kind of fell apart there. Very good game. Very well played by Boxer. He loves his bio units. So, check in for Game 2, Game 3, Game 4 if necessary, and Game 5 if necessary, because this is a best of 5 from the GSPA. Oh, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.